Good morning, happy Monday. It is, I think, about 9:30. We had a really rough night with Evan, and another one of our kiddos wasn't feeling well, so we did not sleep. I think we fell asleep at 11 and then we're up at 12:30 and maybe slept a few hours here and there. So today is definitely feeling like a stretch to be up and motivated. Over the weekend, we had Emma's last baby shower in Montgomery, Texas. Her in-laws live there and they put on a beautiful baby shower, and I drove all my girls up there. It was about a 2.5-hour drive one way. So between the baby shower and driving, that was kind of our whole day yesterday. So we're not able to make it to church yesterday morning. And we started a new sermon series, so I'm gonna need to log on and have me and the kids watch that later today or sometime prior to Sunday. We go to a really great church here locally in Waco called Highland Baptist, and my brother-in-law John is the pastor there. I can link the website tomorrow if you want to follow along with us with the sermons. That would be fun. So today I really need to accomplish things. I can't believe it's already, we're into June, and we're closing on our Houston property on the 14th, so a week from today. And with that closing is going to come all these house projects here. And it seemed like it would never get here, and now that it's here, I'm kind of backed up. We have ordered our farm sink. My arm gets tired, so I have to keep changing it. Our farm sink for our kitchen remodel, and all that's left for me to order in our cooktop is the faucets, and I need to start trying to find a counter depth refrigerator. We have a really nice refrigerator in there, but it sticks out quite a bit, so that's something that we're looking for. But appliances, since COVID started, have really been on back order. I have my sweet kitty mama, Juno, and her baby, Maya. They're very active. They love my room and my bed specifically. So, funny story. Since our Ezra passed away, you can go to our video playlist and see his memorial video. He passed away unexpectedly in April. So we have been grieving and just in a, really a sad state of mind and not really accomplishing much. So I have not been using my planner. I just haven't been opening it, haven't been kind of flying by the seat of my pants, remembering if we had an appointment through text reminders and missing some appointments. And one reason I didn't want to use my planner was because Ezra was medically fragile, he had a ton of appointments. And so anytime I opened, you're gonna see sweet Juno here, she's purring. Anytime I would open my planner, it was just, I'm gonna cry, daily filled with things of Ezra. And so I just closed it and said, I'm not using this planner anymore. And I need to buy a new planner, all that to say. So, funny story with that is I knew that my daughter's baby shower was this weekend. And in my mind, I just assumed it would be on Saturday. So Saturday morning, I get me and my girls up and I'm all dressed up, and we are literally probably 45 minutes from walking out the door to drive 2.5 hours to Montgomery, Texas. And my daughter Emma, who it's her baby shower, called and was like, "Why are you so dressed up?" And I was like, "Because I'm coming to your baby shower." And then her sweet husband, Christopher, completely cracked up laughing and thought it's hilarious. And he was like, "Brandy, baby shower's tomorrow." So in God's goodness, he allowed me to find that out prior to me and my girls driving 2.5 hours to get to a sweet little bed and breakfast with no shower going on, only to have to do it the next day. So with that little hiccup, I realized I have to jump back in to life. I have to use my planner. I have to make appointments. We're not on any sort of calendar or routine for cleaning or chores. And we had been in the past, probably prior to spring, we were on like a really systematic method. And so I'm really just feeling that disorganization. And so this week, all that to say, we are going to reassign zones and chores and laundry days. And I opened my planner and I made calls for appointments that we missed and got all of my doctor's calls out of the way for Evan. He's got some upcoming surgeries. I've got a daughter having wisdom teeth out this month. And by the end of the day, I'm gonna order a new happy planner and just put this one away and move forward. So we do homeschool, and we are not year-round homeschoolers, but because of really just the craziness of last year and then the passing of Ezra, we are still not done with math, and I have a couple kids that have some science left to finish. So we are gonna plow through that. I've got things to grade. We're gonna pick up the house. I don't know if you can tell, but it's from outside, it's kind of cloudy out. So today is going to be hopefully a Monday where I'm motivated to get some stuff done. So come join us. We do have a menu. I made a menu for the month, but I have not been making the food on that day because it was just based on what food I hadn't processed yet from our big shop. So I'm a hot mess this month. And I think tonight we're gonna have Pioneer Woman's chicken Alfredo shells, which is actually kind of a labor-intensive meal, but it's a crowd pleaser. Obviously not for me, for gluten-free, but I will save some of the sauce and make some gluten-free noodles. We were gonna go on a hike today. There's a gorgeous park in Waco called Cameron Park where I took my Evie's senior pictures. We can insert one of those here. And we noticed all these hiking trails. So we were gonna go hiking, but that is obviously not the plan because it is a yucky day outside. So let's get started. I'm in my bedroom. I'm going to make my bed and gather laundry. But first, coffee. First, I want to show you little Maya. Oh, she snuck under the bed. She is a very, come here, Maya. Come here, Maya. Here's Juno. She's hiding under my bed. Oh, here she comes. Come here, baby. Come here. So Maya is about 6 weeks old. The most precious little mama. She's not wanting to be held like I would like her to. I think she's just too young and busy, but she is a doll baby. And since Juno, she had 2 kittens. She had Maya, and then nothing happened. And she's a very tiny cat. So we thought, oh, she's just having 1 kitten. And we researched online. We know that's rare, but it was her first litter. Our boy cat has since been fixed, so this will kind of be our only experience with this. And then like 10 days later, she gave birth to a stillborn kitten. So in light of Ezra passing and just our hearts being sad and the stillborn kitten, we had planned to give Maya to our day nurse at the time, but I just think our hearts can't handle losing this sweet one. Look at her. Isn't she a doll? So we named her Maya. See above her eyes, she has that like M shape from the dark fur. So that's where Daddy named her. But whoop. So let's go get some coffee. Dude, what does that mean?
How to greet people during this time where COVID, you know.
Oh, the lights making weird. So I actually didn't need to pour coffee. We're heating it up. I've told my kids that if they could create something to be able to locate a missing coffee cup, they would make millions, because I spend a lot of time looking for my cup and then warming up cold coffee. So the kids have had breakfast. I made baked oatmeal from Money Saving Mom's website yesterday. And I think everybody has eaten except my Everett. I'm not sure he's up yet. It's actually 10:15. And so we're gonna get the kitchen cleaned up, but I think I'm gonna start in my room. Gonna go and get some hampers and gather laundry. So our master bath is something that we were not going to remodel for a while. We were going to do that with Ezra in mind, so that we were having to sponge bathe him. He had grown to 88 pounds and we didn't have a safe shower chair or a lift that could make it into our bathroom. So we'd kind of put all that on hold to see if Medicaid would help us cover some of the remodel. But now that Ezra has passed away, we've got to kind of rethink our bathroom. So it is absolutely not clean. And I think I told you this in multiple videos. I think as women, we all have the tendency to want to tidy up before we show things, but I really want this to be real life. So I did not, literally did not pick up at all. So we have these saloon doors by the toilet, which I don't know, leave in the comments what you think. I know this is a country house, but I just don't see what's the point, because it doesn't offer you any privacy really. And long story short, they will be going away. So this is just our toilet area, which I desperately need to clean the toilet. We'll gather the trash while we're in here. And then we have a pile of bills and papers, things that I don't know what to do with, and laundry. My closet, I still have boxes from when we moved in a year ago that I have not unpacked. These are clothes that need to be hung up, that are clean, and this is the glory of it. So let's gather some laundry and choose not to be overwhelmed, right? Because I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I get to where I don't even know where to start. So I'm just gonna start by getting some laundry going. So let me see if I can gather this quick. Okay, so I gathered from the master, and I'm now in my very messy laundry room. And I am gonna start by filling up this is my Dewdrop diffuser from Young Living. Had this for a while. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. Well, maybe we will need to prop this up because I am not that talented. So this morning we are gonna use some orange actually something there, Okay, so we got that going, and now I'm going to sort the laundry. I did bring in my planner. I use a Happy Planner. I can link that below. And in months past, when I had my life together, I would kind of decorate it and go day by day and use big stickers and stuff. I don't have time for that right now. It does help me when I sit down on Sundays and kind of plan out the week. So I use the one that has these vertical layouts, and usually like during the school year I'll do like home life, school, and then extra. So on home life, if I needed to put something in the crock pot or take something from the freezer to put in for tomorrow, I would do that. But today I'm just kind of using this as a place to make a list. So I had mentioned that I'm gonna do kind of reassign laundry days and everything, and since by default, since I'm doing my laundry today, I'm just gonna say Monday is Master and Evan sheets. So that is what we're gonna do for laundry on Mondays. And then later when I sit down, I try to have another kind of sit down coffee time around 2. I'll kind of map out the rest of the week on who gets to do laundry when. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these sorted and going. So when I came in here, I realized that some of the boys had kind of gathered and done a little bit of laundry over the weekend and still had some in here. So instead of carrying it back to their hamper to wait for their laundry day, I just went ahead and threw it in. You'll also notice that I'm in the camp of shove it all in, even reds with whites. Don't be alarmed. Everybody's gonna do laundry a little bit differently. The only thing that I for sure wash separately is towels. I wash all our dish towels in a certain load, and then our, just our bathing towels in a different load, and then delicates. And if we get like a brand new red top or something, I'll wash it separately the first time, and then we shove it all in. So if that alarms you, I'm sorry. To each their own, right? Tell us how your day's been going, Brian. It's kind of a glare with the light.
It's been an okay day. It's a Monday, and it's raining outside, so it has been a little slow.
Lots of coffee today, huh?
Yeah.
I was saying how we used to have a coffee break at 2. We should bring you coffee at 2.
You should.
So it's 12:48. We're kind of having a late lunch. I made some wraps, and I just split some of the guacamole cups at the bottom, and then some people want cheese, and then if you want lettuce or tomatoes. This is my gluten-free spinach wrap, and then he's just gonna add this sliced chicken to it. Then we're gonna top, really dark over here, with a choice of ranch, there we go, or regular mustard or honey mustard, and apple slices. And we're just gonna wrap them up. A little bit later in the day, a little after 5, and I had mentioned earlier when I was in my room at the beginning of the day what my plan was to make that pasta dish, and I changed my mind halfway through the day. I have one of my kiddos not feeling great, and so that kind of occupied a little bit more of my day, and then I just changed my mind. Didn't want to do all that work. So I also had my mom's Frajioli soup on the menu for the week, and at the time when I said, oh, I'll just make that earlier today, it was pouring down rain. We had a ton of rain today. So this is actually just a dump soup. It takes me less than 5 minutes to get it all dumped together, and then it doesn't really need to cook more than like 30 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and have that. I'm gonna make some cornbread, So I will show you quick what is in that. So I have my recipe here. So 1 pound of ground beef. I always use ground turkey and I double it. So this is one of the packets of the 2.5 pounds of ground beef that we cooked right after we purchased it from Sam's. So I'm gonna have Brian start to dump this in as we
What am I
go
doing?
through. You're dumping in the turkey.
Into here?
And then it calls for 2 cans of ranch beans. So one of these bigger cans equals 2. So since we're doubling it, we're adding in 2. And we're gonna add in 2 cans of Rotel. The recipe calls for 1, so we're doubling it. We're gonna add 2. And then 6 cans of Ministrone soup. I prefer the condensed soup, but they haven't had it. So this will just mean we have to add less water. So he's gonna add 6 cans of that. So the original recipe, we can type this in the description box below, is 1 pound of ground beef or turkey, 3 cans of Ministrone soup, 2 cans of ranch beans, and 1 can of Rotel. And the directions just say brown meat and drain, which for freezer cooking, sometimes I just prepare my meat and then I don't have to do that step the day of cooking. Simmer for 30 minutes. Don't drain any of the cans. Add water if necessary. So I'll show you. I'm stirring it up. It's just really hearty. And then we're gonna make, I mixed up 2 boxes of the Jiffy corn muffin mix. We doubled it, and I'm gonna do that in this 9x13. And then this is actually really yummy. I make a whole box of this and then freeze the muffins so that anytime throughout the month my family is having cornbread, I can have this. But this one is really good. This box is about 50 or 60 cents a box. And this box is almost $3 a box. So I know people ask, why don't all of you just eat gluten-free? We just can't afford to. So because I'm doing it for a medical reason, I have celiac disease. That's why I am eating this separate. And we're gonna do those in the muffins so they're easier to freeze. So I am walking outside. We just had dinner. It was really yummy. There is the cutest little tiny dog. It's got a little collar on. Look how cute it is. My big dogs would eat him as a little snack. He is so tiny. So cute. So dinner was really good. They're cleaning up the kitchen. Evan is eating his dinner and watching Camp Rock. We kind of go on phases where we love Camp Rock and where we don't. But I was going to close out this video, but I thought I would come out here quick and show you kind of an update on our front yard makeover. First, I wanted to show you this Rose of Sharon. It's so pretty. It has these really pale pink. I don't want to get I don't have shoes on, get my feet dirty, but it has these really beautiful pale pink buds, and the entire thing is just covered with more future blooms. I was really worried in that great snow apocalypse that we had here with 0-degree weather and all the freezing that we would have lost it, but we will insert some video here of us starting this front yard makeover. So we had the rocks and things delivered a few weeks ago, and then we had weeks and weeks and weeks of rain. If you are from Texas, you have experienced the same thing. I think it's kind of been statewide. So we had to kind of pause, but we had this Austin stone brought in, and all of our flower beds were full of these rocks, which were very pretty. You can see this front flower bed is kind of like that, and we dug out all of the existing bushes from here and here, and then we're leaving a layer of rocks at the back as sort of like a drainage system. This one we're having to put a hold on because our gutter needs some updating. It literally kind of floods right here. So before we planted anything here, we need to update the gutter. So he's actually going to move that, I think, down to right here, and then we'll probably have some better luck with that. But I have, as I've seen them, been purchasing these things. These are all full sun. Aren't they beautiful? I got these at Lowe's. Angelonia, but they have these really beautiful purple flowers. And then here's some lavender. I wish you could smell that, but it has this really pretty buds on it. And then some periwinkles. And look, here's some more Angelonia. It's just pink. I didn't realize those were the same plants. I guess if you kind of debud them at the top, then they kind of get fuller like that. So that's really pretty. So we'll get those planted. My Evie planted those zinnia seeds, and look at our little flower babies. Aren't they so sweet? We have a love for zinnias. We'll have to kind of fill in here in the areas where they did not come up. But I planted this weeks ago, and it is so gorgeous. These Sweet Williams have just taken over. And then when we were at Lowe's, got 4 of these ivies. And some of them have started to kind of trail down. But here is our shade bed. There's Millie over there checking me out. So we have this drip system put in, but until we fix our sprinkler heads, we actually cannot turn on this to function. So that's kind of our next project, is to work on all the sprinkler heads. But we got everything planted. We had this one extra rosemary. We've got some coleus here. And then I have this trellis is from our last house in Houston that we moved here. So I need to get something in the center of this that'll kind of grow, maybe a vine. If you have a suggestion, we live in zone 8A, I think, A or B. I think it's zone 8A. And you're familiar with that area, you could leave a comment and I'd love to check it out. So we've got some hostas and rosemary. And then Evie planted, I think these are impatiens coming in. I don't know if you can see them, but they are so tiny and sweet. So we're gonna keep the Rose of Sharon in this tree. I don't know what this is called, for the time being. And then these poor boxwoods are looking kind of sad. But I really don't think they get enough sun because there's this ginormous, look how pretty that is, oak tree. I mean, it is just huge. I'll kind of step back so you can see it. It provides a lot of shade. And then these are some bulbs. They did not bloom, but I don't know what they are. And then I need to kind of divide them and spread them around. But I was hoping they would bloom this spring so we would know what they were, but I'm thinking there may be like an iris or something. Our neighbor has some blooming irises that are really pretty. I carried irises in my wedding bouquet, so I love those. So that's gonna do it for today's vlog. Thank you for joining us today in just our summer day in the life. We are gonna try to keep doing these, and I think keeping my camera charged is key, and then also just even remembering that we have a vlog and we should kind of follow through our daily life. So if you have not subscribed, we would love to have you join us. We have a lot of fun things coming this summer. Our home remodel is going to be starting, and we are a homeschooling family, so I'll do some kind of how I plan for the homeschooling year. And then as my emotions can handle it, I really feel like the Lord is telling me to share more about our grief. Brian kind of describes it as like, I don't even know how to articulate it. Once you pull the seal off of the tears for the day, they don't stop. So a lot of times when I'm vlogging, I do want to talk about Ezra and talk about how we're doing, and like even now, just speaking his name. It's like once you start, it's just going to be an overflow of tears. So I'm going to gradually ease into that, because I do want to tell you about how we're grieving and how we're doing, and how the Lord has been so faithful in what He's showing us and what He's teaching us. And He truly is close and near to the brokenhearted. And so I definitely don't want to miss an opportunity to just express that to y'all and encourage you if you're going through something hard, that God is here and He's near. So if you have any questions about our faith, or just want to know more or want us to pray for you, we would just love to do that. So you can leave a comment or email us. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button, and we will hopefully be posting videos pretty frequently. So stay tuned. Happy summer. Hope you had a great Monday. Bye-bye.